Afide, welcome to Marianas Press, the Election Desk, and we're joined with Representative Joel Camacho and his chairman Bruce Camacho of his mayoral campaign, which he announced just a few days ago in Tanapa. Again, we're so grateful for you to join us in studio at Marianas Press, and congratulations on launching your campaign.
Thank you, Tomas. Thanks for having us today.
All right, and so we'll start with a simple question.
Sure.
What made you want to run for mayor?
Well, like we mentioned we had a previous interview about this, and like what we mentioned in that interview was that when I first started out my first term in office, I worked as a senior legislative assistant for the Legislative Bureau for more than 6 years, drafting policies assigned to the Senate. And with that experience, and growing up in Precinct 4, we were blessed and privileged to have a wonderful childhood at that era where La Fiesta was around, and I wanted to give our generation to come something similar to that. I know we're facing some pretty difficult economic times, but during my first term, when we started to undertake community projects, I was inspired, by the predecessors of Precinct 4, the former leaders, and I kind of started wanting to emulate some of them. I was lucky enough to know some of our previous legislators or Precinct 4 reps to be able to learn from them. And then when we started to apply community projects, we've came a long way so far, undertaking hundreds of projects, and that kind of inspired us. What if we take this to the next level? And then obviously with some encouragement from the family, once I got their blessing to move on to this next level, we decided we're gonna go for it. And we want to implement what we do in the north throughout the island of Saipan to all span down all the way south. And we're excited to see what that's gonna look like, if given the opportunity.
And speaking of that, I wanted to just also get to know you a little bit more. Of course, I know you because we report on the legislature practically every day, and people in your precinct know you, but maybe for those across the island who might not have gotten a chance to meet you, do you mind just introducing yourself to them?
Sure.
Yeah.
My name is Joel Castro Camacho. I have two wonderful children, Isaiah and Isaac Camacho. And my wonderful wife, Monica Manibusan Camacho. I'm 38 years old. I've been in office for 4 terms, serving the people of Precinct 4. It's been a tremendous honor doing that, giving back to our community. And for those of you who don't know me, my heart is with the people. It's always been. I put myself in harm's way week in, week out. We try to do as much as we can for the precinct while holding a position of a representative, but I feel like we can take that to the next level, and that's what inspired this whole movement. I'm a pretty easygoing guy. As you can see, my first cousin here, who's my campaign chairman for the last 4 terms, we're pretty easygoing, but we do boots on the ground. We work hard. My chairman here also is with 13 years in military experience. He was a captain. 3 consecutive years as our captain commander for the Army Reserve. Both of us have great leadership qualities that we can give back to our community.
And Chair, what made you want to get involved in this campaign? Obviously, he's your cousin, but what made you want to be involved in what type of campaign do you plan to run?
Yeah, so what really motivated me was his willingness to step up and provide the same, if not more, work that he's done in Precinct 4 to bring it on to the bigger scale on Saipan. So I was really excited about that when the decision came that he's willing to step up as mayor. That really motivated me to come out from a little hibernation and get pumped up for this. I'm really excited. I feel that if given the opportunity to serve as the mayor of Saipan, I think we're going to do wonderful things. From everything from programs, from the many programs that the mayor's office administers, to projects, and working collaboratively with non-profit organizations, the legislature too, because of course we're going to need funding from them. Trying to because at the end of the day, these legislators, they're really familiar with recent issues, and we're hoping to, if Joel gets the opportunity, to work closely with them so we can help address the problems that the villages are facing, from beautification to roadside safety projects that we plan on working closely with the Department of Public Works and Division of Parks and Recs for park projects. So, because at the end of the day, we know the government's struggling right now with economically, so we understand that agencies might not have enough of the funding needed to fulfill their duties and responsibilities to the best of their capabilities. So I think with our help, working closely with them, we can help help everybody, help each other out, basically. And we're really hoping to build a stronger relationship with nonprofit organizations. We truly believe that it's key to help these organizations fulfill their missions, because at the end of the day, these nonprofit organizations also receive federal funding, so we can help them pretty much build their organization. At the end of the day, it's the people that are going to benefit out of it, and I think that's one of our priorities, is trying to get everybody together, working on the same page and for a better Saipan.
And one thing that I found interesting at your announcement was how you said you were considering a Senate run, but you believe that the mayor's seat has more impact. Do you mind explaining, your thinking behind that?
Oh, absolutely, of course. Like for example, when we undertake precinct projects as a representative, every representative, they utilize their office funding differently. The way I have approached it is practically the entire office allotment is dedicated to hiring people to do community work day in, day out, every week. But it's not enough. And even at the Senate level, it's the same as the House level. So it's like, how can you run as a senator and stretch that dollar? It's going to be very difficult. So the mayor's office actually has the resources to accomplish a lot of the goals that we have in mind. And if you look at things in perspective, Tomas, like I only have 2 to 3 staff, working under me right now. Like 2.5, I have a part-time worker, and this is as much as we can or are able to afford right now. I have a secretary also, and look at how many projects we've accomplished over the years, 7 years, hundreds of projects we've completed, proudly completed, that have benefited the community directly. Like we're talking mural projects, the construction of playgrounds, road shoulder maintenance, cleaning of our bus stops, just a variety of different types of work that we do, services we provide to the community. That imagine stretching that 2 to 3 staff, and imagine the accomplishments we're going to be able to accomplish on the resources that the mayor's office has. Like we can only imagine. And I always tell my family and our supporters, like, that really take pride in the work we do. They're like, man, Congressman, like I could imagine the scale of Saipan, the transformation that you're able to do to make Saipan a beautiful place, and compete as a premier tourist destination. Like if we had that opportunity, yeah.
And speaking about the legislature, you've been there. You're serving your 4th term right now. What would you say has been some of your biggest accomplishments in the legislature? I've had some public laws throughout my terms, but what I'm really proud of, there are 20 of us, 29 in the legislature, so it gets tricky, right? Because everybody up there has their own set of priorities and policies they want to implement on a cinema-wide scale. But like what I'm so proud of is the local appropriations that I make. It's got a very high rate of success. One of our appropriations that we recently appropriated to build the first AstroTurf field in Capitol Hill.
And then obviously the appropriation we made to build that new playground in Capitol Hill, that all stemmed from SNAP appropriations, you know, and really putting that money to good use in the community where everybody that benefits, children, parents, the sporting community, you know, that like taking the local appropriations and really stretching that dollar, you know, to benefit a lot of our community members. And that's like, for me, that's my the best and golden accomplishment that we've, you know, undertaken in the last 7 years.
And I wanted to ask you, because I believe it's Mayor Arby Camacho's intent to seek re-election. When a voter is in the ballot box and they see the Camachos, one is Arby, one is Joel,
yeah.
why should they circle in your name? What differentiates you from the current mayor?
Well, like I mentioned too in the previous interview, we have nothing against the current mayor. This is not about politics, right? I mentioned that in my announcement. And Mayor Arby is doing a decent job. You know, there's nothing against the current mayor, but it's just the implementation of the ideas and the vision that we have. You know, we live in a democracy, and unfortunately, we have the same last names, and we are, you know, related. He's an uncle to us, and you know, we mean no disrespect. This is nothing personal, but the practice in itself of our democracy is to have qualified, good candidates, right, that are up for any position for election, and we stand by that. You know, we want to put our name out there and be a choice for our people. I'm not going to say that I'm going to be the greatest mayor of all time, but we do look to be one of the most effective for sure, and that's always our goal, to be the most effective.
And maybe what is your priority list? Do you have one right now? This is the first thing I would do in my first 100 days, so on?
Absolutely. So the things that I share with my family and supporters and to the people who, you know, are going to be looking at their mayoral candidates, we want to take the first year, if we are given the opportunity to serve in the mayor's office, to really concentrate on rehabbing all of our infrastructures, like taking beautification to the next level, to the extreme. One of the things that we have implemented while being in office for Precinct 4 is like water blasting our sidewalks, like simple tasks like that you don't really see that taking place. You know, we taking those little like tasks, like I mentioned, water blasting, painting our curbs, our island medians, just simple things that go such a long way, you know. Projects like that really benefit our community, both in appeal and both in safety. But like I said, I mentioned 1 year of really focusing on beautification and being a competitive premier tourist destination, you know, and hoping to bring our visitors in and giving them an experience.
All right, and Bruce, as the campaign manager, anything you wanted to add?
Yeah, so we also have other ideas that's formulating right now. So what's happening right now is we have a draft master plan, 4-year master plan. What's happening right now is we're still building on our committee to come in, and once our committee is finalized, we're gonna finalize our master plan, and following that, when we start doing our house-to-house visits, we're hoping to get a lot of the community's feedback to refine our plan. I'm such a military guy, so like the way we would do planning, we would always need to get the plan finalized and then always refine the plan as we go forward. So we're really hoping to get more feedback from the community to finalize this plan. And also, how to say this? He talked about the beautification piece. We are also hoping to get this student exchange program revived and much better. We're hoping to get more into Japan and Korea and try and help both the administration and MVA entice tourists to come back. So we believe it's key that we get this student exchange program running, so we can help revive the economy through tourism, because these families will go back and tell their families of their experiences here, and hopefully that will bring more visitors to the cinema.
Yeah.
And then I also mentioned also with the nonprofits, we're hoping to work with the nonprofits better, because even if because Joel's used to working with limited resources and how to say this, office allocations, that when we partner with these nonprofits, we can accomplish a lot of work with limited budget. So working with these nonprofits are critical. Like I'll use like the dog control program as an example. If we work closely with these nonprofits, we can actually get a lot of more work done with the dog control program. And you know, the public's perspective of the dog control program is like some of our elderly people sometimes feel that it's just a program to eliminate the dogs, right, the stray dogs, but that's not the case. We want to help these nonprofits see that these dogs are being given to people that are wanting pets. So I think it works both ways with getting these nonprofits, like working closer with these nonprofits. And then we also have the Sheffer program that we want to try and find ways to hopefully properly fund the Sheffer scholarship, because that's given a lot of our people opportunities with college. So we're going to look into ways to the mayor's office, like maybe it's fees or other revenue sources to get this program properly funded.
And that's the thing too, Tomas, like what my chairman mentioned, going house to house, you know, like we can have a set platform. Anyone can have a set platform approaching an election season, but those things are always subject to change, especially when you hear the community input, right? So, you know, we're gonna take this as it comes also. But our basic understanding of the mayor's office is pretty basic, right? You know, they're in charge of the villages and cleaning ups, but we want to take that to the next level. That's what we're saying, and collaboration with like our partner agencies like DPW, like for example, some of the projects we want to implement are in the road shoulders. You know, the beautification aspect of that, it's not within the jurisdiction of the mayor's office, but we want to partner with our agencies to tackle that.
And in your speech, you emphasized 3 different demographics. You mentioned to our Manamco that you respect them, to our youth that they matter, and to the business community that you're going to stand firm by them. I wanted to ask you, you know, to explain a little bit more, you know, your messaging to those particular communities.
Oh, of course, and thank you for asking that. For example, when we mentioned our Manamcos, like sometimes our Manamcos feel like they're left behind, and you know, just having maybe even quarterly events for them, not something that's just once a year that we celebrate them, but something like quarterly, like maybe bringing in a small market to the Manamco Center, and you know, giving more support to their office on aging, you know, collaborating with them to, you know, to uplift them, because our Manamcos are such a profound part of our community, and you know, we never want like any of our community members to feel left out. And then like for our youth, like what our chairman mentioned, is working on ways to collect fees or whatever we can to bolster the Sheffer program, you know, to provide mentorship, apprenticeships, you know, anything that can help build their confidence and not let them feel like they're left behind. And then of course our business community, that's something that I am looking into right now. I do need some legal input in this, but one thing that I want to extend the services of the mayor's office is to like helping hand in hand with our businesses. For example, if we're gonna fix like the road in Puerto Rico, right? You have those businesses, like the road is not in great shape. It has a lot of potholes, but like maybe charging nominal fees to fix those roads on partnering with those businesses, and then maybe even adding another step or a different element, like for example, the stores that have you know, moldy parking lots where we can help pressure wash that and then charge a nominal fee. And that goes in towards the operations of the mayor, where we can extend more services out.
May I add to that? Yes. So adding on to the business part, I think we spoke about this maybe a few days ago. About, I think we feel that we need to revisit the fees that are being imposed with like the Liberation Day events, where we want to try and help these small businesses prosper by cutting some of the red tape with fees and stuff so they can maximize on their profits. Also we were talking a little bit about the sugarcane park. There was we had some thoughts about doing some small, like a small business incubator type project over there, where we could try and hopefully get some funding to get these container type. Maybe at a small scale. I know it's gonna be hard to get concrete and stuff like that, like the prices and everything. But basically the idea is getting these kind of like a candidacy, where we can get more of these small businesses in, and we're really wanting to try and help them maximize on their profits, because at the end of the day, like he was saying at his intro speech earlier Friday, is we want them to prosper. What they make is how do you say this? It helps the Sinamay government. Their success helps us. So we're wanting to eliminate fees like as best as we can, so because at the end of the day it's BGRT, right? They collect taxes. So if we could help them be successful, it helps us at the end of the day.
And I did want to shift to talking a little bit about the team that you have, because obviously Representative BJ Atao and House Speaker Edmund Villagomez are running an independent gubernatorial campaign, and you said you intend to run under their tandem. How important is it to work with the governor or other mayors or even the municipal council? How are you seeking to foster those relationships if the entire slate is in fact elected next year?
If they're all elected,
right?
Oh, that's gonna make things very seamless. I mean, for example, like the ideas that Rep. Atto and Speaker Villagomez have, it completely aligns with my ideals. And and speaking of them, I know their announcement is coming out, their public announcement with the team, the tandem, is coming out soon. Right now we're focused on the revised budget. But when that does happen and that takes place and we are all elected, I mean, Rep. Atto and Rep. Villagomez are so easy to work with. They're very open-minded in policies. And that's gonna come to the benefit of the mayor's office, because at the end of the day they're gonna cut the check. And when we show them, everything takes proof, right? The proof is in the pudding. So if we're able to show them, it's going to be easy to convince them, SNAIO, why we need more funding, because we're going to take this whole idea and vision that we have to the next level where Saipan deserves to be. And with everybody in the team, the municipal council, it's going to be seamless. It's just a matter of showing them. Yeah.
All right. That's all the questions I had. I wanted to give you and every other candidate that we have on our platform an opportunity to address the voters directly. And what's your pitch on why they should elect you to office?
Well, like I mentioned earlier, I'm not new to this. I've been in office for 4 terms. That's actually unprecedented in Precinct 4 history. And we're proud of that. And we're proud to keep giving back. Of course, to the people of Precinct 4, thank you so much for giving us the honor and privilege to serve you throughout these years. Serving as a mayor doesn't mean that we're going to leave Precinct 4 behind. We want to spread the love and the determination and our commitment throughout the entire island of Saipan to the benefit of everybody. And for those who follow me on Facebook and see the projects that we put out, so that our people stay abreast of the work that we do, we want to take that and apply it throughout the island of Saipan, and I think it will benefit everybody. And to all the voters out there, I come at you humbly. I'm a choice, a candidate, and I do have the leadership experience to move to the next level. And thank you all once again. Thank you, Tomas. God bless the Sinamay.
All right, thank you all. I appreciate your time. This is the Election Desk with Marianas Press, our sit-down interview with Representative Joel Camacho, candidate for Saipan Mayor. Thanks for joining us.